Okay, now we will start our 4-number exercise, that is exercise 1.4. So in this chapter, we are going to solve some types of math related to fraction. That means in this chapter, we are going to deal with fraction. In the previous chapters, we have talked about a whole number, but in this chapter, we are going to discuss and learn something new. That means what is fraction and what is the typology of fraction. So let's just at a glance see what are the types of math that we are going to solve. So firstly, converting mixed fractions to improper fractions. That means in this chapter we are going to learn about mixed fraction as well, improper fraction as well, and also how to convert these two among each other. Also we will solve problems related to equivalent fractions. That means here also we get a new term, that is equivalent fractions. So mixed fraction, improper fractions, equivalent fractions, arranging fractions in their increasing and decreasing orders. That means here we will learn how to, that means which fraction is larger than another fraction, and we will arrange them in their descending or ascending order. Then problems related to common fraction. That means here in this total chapter we will talk only about common fraction. Basically, fraction is of two types, one is decimal and another one is common fraction, but in this exercise we are only going to discuss about common fraction. Then fraction, summation, subtraction and simplification. That means we are going to do solve maths related to the addition, subtraction and other type of simplification related to common fraction. So I hope up to now we have a little bit idea about the exercise. So let's get into the topic of the chapter. So firstly, fraction. So what is fraction? Now we will discuss about that. So a numerical quantity that is not a whole number. So up to now we have learnt about several numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3. But this type of number like 1, 2, 3, these are whole number. Okay. To make it more clear, I have to figure over here, like if you are given a pizza, then you can say, yes, I have one pizza. But if you are given, like if you go to a shop to buy just a slice of pizza, then what will you say? So for this, there is a inclusion of fraction. Like if you are given like one slice of the pizza or like 2 slices of the pizza, then we will express this thing as in the form of fraction. Like here in the whole pizza we have 1, 2, 3. Let's just mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 slices over here. So what will we say? We will say, suppose you want just 2 slices or you have eaten just 2 slices. Then we will express it like 2, that means I have 2 slices and the total number of slices is 7. That means you have eaten 2/7 pieces of the pizza. Okay, so in this form we express fraction like we express the total number of slices or the total number of parts of a whole thing in the lower portion of a bracket of a line like this, vertical line like this, and the part that we need or we have or we consume is to be written in the upper portion. That means I have eaten 2 pizza, so I have written 2 over here, and the total number of pieces of the whole pizza, that means in the whole, written as 7. Like if I say the total pizza is considered as 1 pizza, right? Okay, so if I just write 7, that means I have eaten all the 7 slices, then 7, and just I am writing the whole slices in the below portion of the vertical line, then 7/7. So if we just divide 7/7, we get 1, that is the whole pizza. So I hope you have got an idea about the fraction thing. Similarly, there is a cake. If you are just said to eat one slice of the whole cake, then you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you have eaten 1 by 8 portion of the cake. So fraction is basically a part of a whole thing. So it's basically used to just express the things that are not whole number. Okay, so now we will just going through the type of fractions. So fractions are of two types. One is common fraction. So up to now I have just discussed about common fraction when we express in the form of using this type of vertical line and two digits up and below. This type of fractions are termed as common fraction. And decimal fractions are those fractions which we use by decimal, like 0.56, 0.96, this type of pointing. Okay, but common fractions can be turned to decimal fractions, and decimal fractions can also be turned into common fractions. We will learn about these things in the next exercise, but in this exercise we are going to deal with common fraction. So let's move forward. So common fraction, let's go through the definition first. So a fraction in which the numerator and denominator are both integers and are separated by a horizontal or slanted line. So here this line is our horizontal or slanted line, this line, and the digit which is upper the horizontal slanted line is termed as numerator, and the number which is below the slanted line is termed as denominator. Okay, and also both 3 and 2 both are integer whole number. That means these number are not in the term of fraction or decimal. Like I can't write like this 1.5 by 3.9. This type of expression is neither fractional or decimal. It's just a wrong format. So in this case, in case of expressing a number in common fraction, we must there must be the numerator and denominator in the form of integer. Okay, so here we can see an example. So basically in denominator we put the total number of parts. Like in the pie we have a total, we have 1 pie, and in total the pie is divided into 4 parts. So our 4, the total number of parts is written below the slanted line, and this total number of parts is termed as our denominator. And the number of parts that we are taking, like here we have taken 1 by 4th part. So here the number of part we are taking is termed as numerator. Okay, part we took. Okay, so it's termed as numerator. Okay, so these are basically the numerator and denominator of a common fraction. So let's move into another topic. So now we will talk about different type of common fraction. So basically common fractions are divided into 3 types. One is proper, another one is improper, and mixed fraction. Basically improper and mixed fractions are converting part of each other. Like from improper fractions, basically improper fractions are converted to mixed fractions. So these are convertible to each other. And proper fraction is another term that is not related to this thing. Like you can convert an improper fraction into mixed fraction, and also a mixed fraction into improper fraction, but there is no scope to convert a proper fraction into improper or mixed. So let's just see what is improper fraction. So in case of proper fraction, we already learned this thing is called numerator, and this is our denominator. So in case of proper fraction, numerator must be greater than the denominator. Okay, sorry. So in case of proper fraction, the denominator must be larger than the numerator. That means the total part of something is to be greater than the used part. So numerator is smaller than numerator. Hence, we can see here 4 is the numerator and 4 is smaller than 5. Okay. So our condition to be a proper fraction is numerator must be smaller than the denominator. Okay, it will be denominator. Okay, let's just erase this thing. Okay. Okay, so the condition to be proper fraction is the numerator must be smaller than the denominator. That means the value for denominator must be greater digit, and the numerator should be a smaller digit than denominator. So here we can see 4 is a lesser value than 5. Then here that it is a proper fraction. Okay, moving forward. So improper fraction is just opposite to proper fraction. That means the numerator value is larger and the denominator is smaller. So we can write in improper fraction numerator is larger than the denominator. Hence 4. Okay, so 4 less than greater than 3. Thus this fraction is termed as improper fraction. So in your CQ, in the A number, it might come that there is given a fraction. You are said to write whether the fraction is improper, proper or mixed. So in those type of math, you need to write in this way, that here 4 is our numerator and 3 is our denominator. So in here we can see 4 is greater than 3. Thus our numerator is greater than denominator, and we know in case of improper fraction the numerator remains larger than the denominator. So the required fraction is an improper fraction. So in this by writing this type of simple statement, we will give our answer. We will write our answer. So moving forward, now mixed fraction. So mixed fraction is a combination of a whole number and also a proper fraction. Like you can see two parts over here. One is 2 and another one is 4 by 5. So here 2 is our whole number or integer, and here we have 4 by 5. It's a proper fraction. Okay. So in mathematics or in terms of any numerical problems, it's wise to keep the terms in either proper fraction or in mixed fraction. Like if you get any type of improper fraction, we just turn the improper fraction into mixed fraction and express in the form of mixed fraction, like a whole integer and addition with a proper fraction. Now we will see how to just convert improper into mixed and vice versa. But before that, we need to know about the concept of equivalent fractions. So equivalent fractions is quite a interesting topic. Like you can see, we have, like, let's assume this is a chocolate. This is a bar of chocolate. Okay, chocolate. Like it's a dark chocolate. Okay. Like suppose your father have just brought a whole chocolate bar. It's quite larger, and he just divide, and your 4 siblings in your home, or you have your 4 members in your house. So you have to divide the whole thing into 4 parts, since you have 4 members in your home, but the number of chocolate is 1, and you are said to divide the whole thing into 4 parts. So just you have cut the whole chocolate into total in equal 4 slices. So here we are getting 4 slices out in total, and each member has taken one slice. So 1 by 4. It's quite easy. But we can also do, like, you have just got an idea to slice it more, because you are having fun to cut the chocolate. So you have just sliced the whole thing into 8 parts. Like you have sliced this 1 part into 2 parts. So in this case, our total part become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, say 8. But you are just having this 1 slice. But now this 1 slice has become 2 slices. So 2 by 8. So ultimately, if you are taking these 2 by 8 slices or 1 by 4, both are equal, or these are termed as equivalent fractions. Similarly, you are cutting 1 slices into 4 pieces. That means one person is getting 4 slices this time, but the total number of slices is 16. So you can just write 1 by 4 equal to 2 by 8 equal to 4 by 16. Because if you just cut factorize them into their smallest term, you can just divide in this way. 16 divides 4 equal to 4. 4 divided by 4 equal to 1. So 1 by 4 equal to 2 by 8 equal to 4 by 16, or same. If you are just say to cut this into another section, like if you want to cut this into half like this way, then you will get like 32 sections, or 32 slices in total, and each of the member are getting 8 slices. So 4 by 16 is also equal to 8 by 32. So this is the phenomena of equivalent fractions. So we can say, if we multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator of a fraction by the same number except by 0, we get a fraction which is equivalent to the given number. Like here you can say, if we just divide 8 by 2, we will get 4, and also 32 by 2, we will get 16. So 4 by 16, we are getting the same equivalent fraction. That means in case of equivalent fraction, if we just divide or multiply by a certain number, we will get the number back. Like if we just multiply 1 into 4, both numerator and denominator by same number, 1 into 4, 4 into 4, we are getting 4 by 16, and we can say it's equal to this. So easily we can say these two numbers are equivalent fraction to each other.